In this video, me and my brother are turning this old, abandoned shed into a luxury smart home. This is probably one of the most extreme transformations you're going to see on YouTube. I hope you enjoy. This video all started when we found this abandoned shed on our property that was filled with trash.
Oh my gosh. Dude, how long has this been here?
It was old, nasty, and it looked like it hadn't been touched in years.
Well, we got a lot of work to do, buddy. Oh yeah.
Oh!
How do you miss that target, dude?
Shut up! Most of the stuff left in the shed was oil or paint or just trash. And our first objective was to get all of it out where we can see what we're working with.
Well, this is pretty clean in here now.
Okay, so obviously this floor isn't the best for a house, so we're gonna cover it up. The reason we're putting plastic over the floor is because there's cracks everywhere. It's clean enough to lay on now. So this layer of plastic is going to help keep bugs and moisture out of the building. Next, it was time to put foam board down on top of the plastic. This would help insulate the floor where it doesn't get too cold in the winter and too warm in the summer. And finally, after that, it was time for the wooden subfloor. We made sure to nail and screw this down very good.
That's better.
But already you can see how much better this shed looks with the new floor. But now it was time to turn our focus to the walls. The problem with turning an old shed into a tiny house is that it was never meant to be lived in. So just like the floor, there's tons of gaps in these walls. So to fix this, I bought like 25 cans of spray foam and sealed every single crack I could possibly find. The next problem with our shed was it didn't have any electricity or water. So Colby and I rented a machine from Home Depot to help us dig this ditch where we put our electric line and then another one for our water line. And to all the DIYers watching this, do not copy what we did because we did it very wrong. Meanwhile, the spray foam on the walls is going very well and there was almost no light poking through anymore. Well, that's a lot better, and it's actually getting really hot in here, which is good because that means there's no air moving through anymore. With the shed looking much less abandoned, Colby and I decided to go ahead and build our bathroom. Then I could go ahead and run all of our water lines for the toilet, the sink, and the bathroom sink. Once that was done, Colby ran all the electric wire to all the plugs and switches. Then he took it up on the ceiling to power our can lights and our smart ceiling fan. Because remember, this old shed's gonna be a smart house. All right, so Dad's helping us now. What do you gotta say to your fans? You've accumulated a lot of fans.
That's awesome.
The bus video.
That's good.
All right, now it's time to turn this old shed roof into something super modern and nice. With the help of drywall. And lots of insulation. After insulating the roof, we grabbed about 1,000 pounds of drywall all at once with our new skid steer, which has been incredibly helpful to build off camera. You have no idea. Back in the shed, putting up the ceiling was a really exciting step because it was the first thing we did that's going to make something look new in here. So if you look on the walls, it's still an old, ugly shed, but the ceiling now looks insane. so you can put God's word on your lock screen.
What I am not is a professional. What I am is done.
Wow. Can't believe this is an old abandoned shed and now it's like a house. Wow. Now, it's time to install.
It's done.
Wow. Can't believe this is an old abandoned shed and now it's like a house. Wow. Now, it's time to install a window.
This shed needs a window for a couple reasons. The first one is to let in natural light to make it seem bigger inside, and the second reason is it's going to give us a place to put our air conditioning unit.
Yes. Oh, nice.
And while me and my dad were doing that, Colby was running an internet cable from his house all the way through the woods to the shed.
Okay, so you probably can't see it, but the Ethernet cable's right here. I have it running from my bottom floor, and now I'm gonna go outside and run it through a trench all the way down to the cabin.
This Ethernet cable will basically carry the internet signal all the way down to our shed, where we can plug it into a Wi-Fi router to get Wi-Fi. That way we really can turn this shed into a smart home.
That's pretty good for an abandoned shed.
Meanwhile, the window was going well.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, it looks cool. Wow. Wow, it looks really good from out here. And with the window in and the internet working, we can finally install our smart AC. This video is actually sponsored by Dreo, and they sent this AC along with a bunch of other smart appliances to keep this house perfectly cool in the summertime.
This AC unit can be installed anywhere from an 18-inch window to a 53-inch window because they send you all these pieces. But for this window, I only need these two.
And not only does this AC and all the other stuff they sent look awesome, these appliances are what's going to turn this abandoned shed into a smart home.
Alright, so when we're installing this, we want to make sure this hole isn't obstructed by this window frame right here. So we're going to take this foam that came with our AC unit and put it in here like that.
Then I got the sticky